right, time for another Masters 25 draft. This, I've done, I think this is actually number 10. I need to change that. I've done one draft a day, 10 days in a row, more or less. I actually think I missed one day, but let's just say 10 in a row. Next week, we'll be going back to just the usual 2 drafts a week. It'll still be Masters 25, though, for I think another week or 2 before we'll probably be doing either Modern Cube or going back to Rivals of Ixalan. I'll probably run a poll on the community tab to determine that. But Real Life is about to reassert itself after a nice break where I was able to just draft every day, which was nice. It was a lot of fun, and people seem to be enjoying the content of this format, which I think this is a great format. I mean, you've heard me say that if you've watched my other draft videos, but I just love how grindy this format is. I love it. So, powerful cards. Some of my favorite cards from the past are in the set, like Mana War and Mystic Snake and stuff. So, it's a lot of fun. I know a lot of people have a bad impression of this set, and I think that's mostly related to the expected value of the booster packs, because the limited format is actually really good. And I haven't really seen anybody disagree with that. So, anyway, I'll see you guys when this draft fires. Okay. Well, Vindicate is great, but you have to end up in both those colors to play it. I mean, obviously, it's probably the best removal spell. Now, Sword Supplasher is probably still better. But you have to end up in both those colors. We could think about taking it, but Lightning Bolt is obviously, incredible. Treasure Keeper's nice. It's nice that you get to play it no matter what happens in your draft, and it's a strong card. But I think it's either Lightning Bolt or Vindicate. And I think I like the Bolt a little more just because it's easier. There's a better chance you play it than there is you play Vindicate. So, yeah, I think we take this. And someone near us is probably playing Black-White, but we'll see. So, Lightning Bolt it is. Does my mouse just stop working? Or there it is. Lag. It was lag. It's like... Let's get another Lightning Bolt. No. Okay. So we could get a Squadron Hawk early. There's also a Disfigure, which is a good removal spell. It's no Lightning Bolt, but it is a good removal spell. I think it's either Squadron Hawk or Disfigure. Exclude, also worth looking at, I think. But I think I like either of these a little more. So we do kind of need to think about the fact that we passed Vindicate. So someone to our left may be snatching up all the Squadron Hawks. And similarly, the Disfigure. So maybe we do just go for Exclude. No, I don't think so. I think I'll take Disfigure. Just 2 good early removal spells. They kill a lot of creatures in the format. They kill all the morphs before they unmorph, which is nice. Okay. So this pack has a Ruthless Ripper, which I like a fair amount, but it also has a Zada. And if you take her early, you can sort of build around her to a certain extent, but if things don't pan out, she's not great. Myriad Landscape can help you splash and ramp. I think it's either the Ripper or Zada, and I think I'm just going to go with the Ripper because it's considerably more likely. It's good in more decks than Zada is going to be good in. 3 1-drops to start the draft. Although this is a morph, and frequently you do want to play it face down. It would be nice if that Vindicate came back. That would be an interesting signal. Don't think it will, but... Okay, the red card here isn't great, and the black cards here are fine, but nothing special. We could take Cultivate, which opens up the ability to splash a lot more easily. We could splash Lightning Bolt, for example. The black cards are fine, but they're They're not Cultivate, which just opens up a lot of doors. Yeah, I think we'll take Cultivate. Also a Chartooth Cougar, by the way, in red. I mean, it's fine too, but I think I still want Cultivate here. Okay, Hordling Outburst is nice. So is Twisted Abomination, though. And I think I'd probably take it over Broodhatch Nantuko. Between the swamp cycling and the fact that it's a really difficult to deal with threat in the later part of the game, it's pretty good. Hordling Outburst is good too, but I mean, and maybe we should be trying to cut red a little harder because we first picked a Lightning Bolt, but I think we take the Abomination. Another Broodhatch Nantuko. Also Shadow Mage Infiltrator, which is one of my favorite cards, and I haven't actually gotten to play one yet. But that said, I mean, I could think about it. Hannah Ship's Navigator isn't that good in this format, sadly. There are some decks where you can do some stuff, like getting back Promise of Bunrei is pretty funny. Woolly Loxodon, Broodhatch Nantuko, also Fierce Empath, which can get Twisted Abomination, for example. But I think these are better. Loxodon's more of a threat, and this is a real nuisance. I think I'll take the Loxodon. Okay, Ambassador Oak and another Loxodon. Do I like the Loxodon more than the Oak? Red isn't super open still, so may just splash Lightning Bolt, and I'm gonna need more than just one Cultivate to feel good about that. But yeah, I think we take another Loxodon here over Ambassador Oak. Epic Confrontation pretty late. Also a Twisted Abomination, but I think we take the removal. Pretty late Genju of the Falls too, but especially if we end up not being able to play Lightning Bolt, having something like Epic Confrontation would be good. Yep, green seems to have been the right decision. There's yet another Woolly Loxodon along with Ambassador Oak, Echoing Courage, which are fine. I think we take another Loxodon though. Yeah. I like the Oak, but I think I like this more. I mean, just because you can play it as a 3-drop early, you know, it does a little damage. Maybe it trades with something. And then in the late game, it just turns into a huge threat. Okay, so Plummet for the sideboard. Green seems to be what is the most open. Black seems reasonably open. Lightning Bolt right now isn't looking super likely. If we pick up a little more fixing, it'll probably make it. So Echoing Courage is a good trick. Vessel of Nascency is good at filtering your cards. So it's one of those. I think it's probably the Vessel. Wildheart Invoker, yeah, I mean, interesting. Maybe we're green-white. Score Firewalker's fine. I like it a lot more than Wildheart Invoker. Let's take it, see what happens. I mean, there's something to be said for cutting green, I guess. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Ooh, gosh, this came all the way back. Yeah, I love Broodhatch Nantuko. Just because there's just so many situations where it just dominates. Yeah, and Fierce Empath, I like you too. So our Empath can get our Loxodons or our Abomination at this point. So it's going to usually draw us a card. Question is black open enough? I don't know. We're going to see where the packs take us. Such a weird decision to print this card. Okay, Protean Hulk is interesting. What else we got, though? Well, I think maybe we just take the Hulk. So at this point, like, we could grab like a Fierce Empath, a Broodhatch Nantuko, and a Ruthless Ripper when it dies. That's not too bad. The Empath would also then draw us another creature. There's not any premium removal in this pack. So yeah, I think we take the Hulk. We have a Cultivate already, and Empath can also find the Hulk. And we can push a little harder on ramp if we want to be playing the Hulk. So for now, I think I'm just going to put this over here. Maybe we're going to mono green. I don't know. Yeah, we'll take the Hulk. So there's a Stang. There's also a Reefworm. Another Cultivate also. But Reefworm is a pretty nice thing to be able to search up with your Protean Hulk, and it's just strong in general. It keeps turning into something bigger and bigger. So if we Stang, you know, we do have Lightning Bolt in our sideboard right now. I mean, obviously we'd like to mainboard it, so we could think about putting it in. We can also splash Reefworm, and I would feel fairly comfortable doing it off of one Cultivate, and we could take another Cultivate here too, but I think Reefworm's strong enough that I just take it. There's no premium removal here or anything. So Iwamori's good. Kavu Predator, same. Manowar. This is a strong pack. Also another Epic Confrontation. Man, why is this all in the same pack? I would like Manowar, Iwamori, or Ambassador Oak. I don't think we're going to be able to do shenanigans with Kavu Predator. It's also a Kindle to pair with our Lightning Bolt. So many different choices we can make here. I think because we know we're playing green, I think we take Epic Confrontation. Even though, I mean, yeah, these guys are good. These creatures are good. We may even wheel one of these, which would be great. And Manowar is good too, but I think I take the removal. That is in a color that we're pretty sure we're playing. Okay, Ember Weaver is fine, and if we end up in red, it's even better. We could also take a first accumulated knowledge if we think we're going to actually end up in blue. We could also take Genju of the Falls, actually. That is a nice little attacker. I think I actually take the Genju. Another Empath, Manowar. Cascade Bluffs could help us splash Lightning Bolt on top of Cultivate. There's also a Chandra's Outrage. I think I take the Manowar, though. Hard for me to say no to a Manowar. Ooh, Merfolk Looter too, huh? Yeah, hard for me to say no to that as well. So I think we're blue. Officially. Nothing good in green here. Nothing great in any color, really. Maybe we take Miko Koro, or we could take the another Vessel. I'm not sure the first one's going to make the cut, though, honestly. I mean, Cortazar is kind of nice, but if we can't pay the white for him some of the time at least, he's not really worth it. Let's take the Vessel, yeah. It's a very weak end of the pack there. Okay, some more good signs about blue here. All of these blue cards are playable. Would I rather have... I mean, so is this. There's good red cards here too, but I think we take one of these blue cards. Sift is a good way to, you know, draw a bunch of cards. This is a nice morph that is a good defensive creature. Ghost Ship is, you know, a good attacker. This is a more aggressive creature, but it's also good. I think I like Dragon's Eye Savants a little more. In this format loaded with counter magic, it's nice to know what they have in their hand. I think I'll pick up a first Self-Assembler. It's another nice thing to grab off of Protean Hulk if we have a second one. And if we're not in red for Ember Weaver, it's just like mediocre. So I think I'll take a Self-Assembler here. Stang. So we could splash him, and he is not a bad thing to find with Protean Hulk either, if that's what we're looking for. But you know, if you know you're 6/6 dying and then grabbing 2, 3, 4s is pretty good. But maybe I want Sift more here. Yeah, we'll take Sift. Yep, Ambassador Oak came back. I thought it might, and it did. Okay, we take in Ember Weaver. Like I said, it is pretty mediocre, but... Okay, so Giant Growth. We have a lot of green cards, so Nettle Sentinel seems fine. Totally Lost is kind of clunky. I think I'll take a 1-drop. We're pretty low on early drops at this point. Of course, now we have a Coral Helm Guide, too. So, like, if the draft ended here, I wouldn't be too upset. other than the fact that I only have one self-assembler. And like in an ideal world, I'm probably not going to run the Vessel. And probably not the Invoker either. It's just super underwhelming in a format where 4-drops are like Ambassador Oak, which is considerably better, I think. I mean, sure, in the late game, this has an awesome activated ability if you're like flooding out, but... So we could get Flash, too, in this color pair. Like, who else is going to want Flash? So hopefully there's a Flash in the next pack. Because Flash plus Hulk is pretty sweet, if you haven't heard. Wow. Totally Lost, I guess. Another Coral Helm guide. I don't know. I'm not impressed. Another Nettle Sentinel. I think I'll take Totally Lost. I mean, the chances are, though, it's still going to be here later. But so are these guys, because these are not the best cards in this pack. Returning Protean Hulk. Does he exile himself? Nope. So that could be fun. But I don't think that's a good enough reason. I'll take the guide. That pack was not good for us. Self-assembler number 2, I think, is what we take here over like a Dreadmaw. Yeah. Fiend Hunter. Why aren't you easier to splash? I think we take a 3rd Epic Confrontation. The more removal, the better. And it's, you know, we have big creatures, so it's going to be good. Wouldn't mind yet another Woolly Loxodon, but... Having a 0 power creature for Protean Hulk is good too. We can do a lot of silly Protean Hulk things. Like, if he dies, we can search our library. Oh, it's converted mana cost, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But still, Reform plus like Dragon's Eye Savants would be pretty funny. So would be like I said earlier, Fierce Empath plus like Mana War would be pretty great. Just like Self-Assembler and Nettle Sentinel wouldn't be bad either. Because then we'd get another Self-Assembler, etc. It's going to only enchant islands, which is worth remembering. Okay, so there's some more Morph here, but there's a 4th Morph ramp. There's also a 4th Epic Confrontation. I kind of think we want the 4th Epic Confrontation. Yeah. Yeah. Arbor Elf would be nice, but... There's some chance we cut the Hulk if we don't end up with more ramp, but... Having 4 Epic Confrontations is a good place to be in your deck with Woolly Loxodons and stuff. So ideally, we're not going to play Ember Weaver in this deck. It's not a terrible sideboard card. Wow. So now I kind of wish I'd done something a little different there because there's a 5th Epic Confrontation. But I think we're set on Epic Confrontations now, and we take our gold card, which is quite good with Merfolk Looter and Sift. It's also good with Brainstorm, but... Another Nantuko, Survivalist, Shoreline Ranger. Good cards here. Brainstorm's good too. Strong pack for us. The Survivalist is nice because it can blow up some relevant card types. Nantuko can flood the board with tokens, and this provides value in the early game with island cycling and in the late game by just being a flyer. I think I'm going to take the Nantuko. So Fathom Seer. We could splash Path of Peace, but I think we're good on removal. I guess we take Fathom Seer. Wow. So now I also think we take an Arbor Elf over a 5th Epic Confrontation. We could have had 6 of them, but getting a little bit of ramp in here means we can play Protean Hulk, and it's obviously pretty strong. So I think that's the right thing to do. Probably cut a Coral Helm Guide. I'm not sure this deck wants Fathom Seer, although it's good with our Coatl. There's that Sting again. So we could get another big guy. Or Totally Lost. Let's get another big guy. We already have one Totally Lost sitting in our sideboard. Choking Tethers probably also for the sideboard, because I think we're probably cutting the one Nettle Sentinel we have. Probably cutting Wildheart Invoker. Oh, especially if I'm getting another Ambassador Oak. This is a challenging one because our colors, especially green, were so stupidly open. I'll take another Weaver for the sideboard. They're pretty good against opponents who are trying to win with like Squadron Hawk. They're way better if you have a red permanent somewhere. Take another one of these because they get first strike and +1/+0, but they can block Squadron Hawk all day. So, are we going to run enough islands for Genju of the Falls? That we're willing to throw our islands away. Because it's a good card, but I really don't think we're going to be running that many islands. So I think we might have to cut it. Because we're only running a few blue cards, and I think either Dragon's Eye Savants or Fathom Seer or Coral Helm Guide is about to get cut too. Okay, so you guys aren't really 7-drops. Come over here. And you aren't really 2-drops. Yeah, I think we probably cut Savants. Probably. I do like the card, but I think it goes to our sideboard. I think we cut the Genju because we're going to be running like, I don't know, 6 or 7 islands. Is Fierce Empath what we want? It can find 2 of the cards in our deck. Oh no, never mind. These 3 it can also find. So we probably want it. Cultivate ramps, but it also fixes, but we're not really planning on splashing, so maybe it's not worth having. I mean, yeah, this is a slow format, and we'll get to Protean Hulk. So I think maybe we do cut Cultivate and maybe one of our Oaks. Again, we don't have that many islands, so maybe we cut Fathom Seer since our deck is just so heavy green. Yeah, and our only blue cards are these right here now. And I think maybe I cut Coral Helm Guide for something else. It is nice in the late game when it can make your dudes unblockable, especially when they're huge. I mean, but the problem is we're not going to consistently be able to cast it on turn 2, chances are, with the number of islands we're planning on running. Though, you don't need to, because it has late game relevance. Okay, yeah, I think this is our deck. 4 islands. You think that's a good idea? I think we go to 7 islands. Yeah. All right. Mostly mono green. Have Protean Hulk, which is the sweetest thing we can do, but you know, just a deck with a bunch of removal and a bunch of big green creatures. So I'll see you guys in the first match. All right, going into our first match, I think we keep this. I think Merfolk Looter makes it keepable. If they kill it right away, we're going to be kind of sad because it'll help us find green. Hopefully we'll just draw green right away. The good news is we have a morph we can play even if we don't hit green, and then we have Sift too, and surely we'll hit green at some point. It might counter our poor Merfolk Looter, but let's find out. Nope, it does resolve, which is good news. Probably play a morph. Well, there's our forest anyway. So we could kill this morph now with Epic Confrontation. We could also just play our own morph and then wait to loot until the end of their turn. We could also play Fierce Empath and search something up. I think I'm going to play my own morph and in my turn. Could be like Willbender or something. Luckily, Epic Confrontation doesn't work for a Willbender because it has more than one target. Ooh. That's going to be obnoxious. Especially because we can't actually kill it right away. Okay, so we're going to loot. We're going to discard one of these 3 Epic Confrontations, I think. We could discard Fierce Empath instead, I guess. Maybe I'd rather do that. Maybe I'd rather than Antuco. Yeah, we'll discard the Antuco. And we're going to loot again. Okay, here we're going to discard Coralhelm Guide. So I can double Epic Confrontation to kill the Ghost Ship. I have Sift to make up for that card disadvantage. But it might be worth doing because Ghost Ship is that much of a pain. I mean, it's not like they're going to be able to leave blue up or anything, right? It's not like that's easy to do. So I think I'll just cast Fierce Empath and leave in my turn. So we can get our Protean Hulk, but we're not especially close. Let's just get a Dread Maw. We're not close to that either, but we're closer. And we'll end our turn. Wonder if they're mono blue or struggling to hit one of their colors. It's aggressive. Okay, so Willbender seems pretty likely. The good news is, like I said, Epic Confrontation doesn't work against... Willbender doesn't work against Epic Confrontation, so let's kill one of these. Probably should have looted first, but... we can actually kill both of them. Brine Elemental. Yeah, I think we do kill both of them. Was a Willbender, so it's good to get that out of the way. Of course, like all of our removal is Epic Confrontation, so we'll attack for 5 here. They're gonna stop the big guy from hitting them. Fair enough. And we'll just attack with Fierce Empath. Boom. I could loot this turn, and maybe I should, so that if I hit a land, I can play it right away. Of course, I don't know if I would keep a land. So we'll wait to loot till the end of their turn. We can Sift next turn. But yeah, if we hit a land there and then we play a land, I mean, I guess maybe I don't get Protean Hulk. They're staying aggressive. Okay, yeah, that's Not great news for us. Murder of Crows. Okay, so let's loot. Right, you're going away, self-assembler. Let's sift. Okay. You guys all have flying. I'm not really sure I want something like Ambassador Oak. In fact, I am sure I don't want it. I mean, it can fight well, but we're going to be able to play these momentarily. So after we take 6 in the sky, anyway. Four, 5, 6. Yeah. I don't know. Our inability to deal with flyers is not good. That I do know. Yeah, you cost 6 to unmorph. So we have to take another 6 in the sky. Potentially. We can loot one more time. But what could we get? Our 4th epic confrontation? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it. Okay. Yeah, Brudach Nantuko doesn't look great here either. I think I'd rather hold on to the land. Should we attack our morph into their morph and unmorph it? And then hope next turn we have time to epic confrontation? I guess. So if they block, I think we unmorph it. If they don't, I don't think we do. And instead we just play Protean Hulk here. Okay. Accumulated knowledge. I mean, we're still in so much trouble because of the flyers they have. Wonder if this is a second brine elemental. That wouldn't be good. So we'll take 6. Okay, it doesn't look like it was. All right. Well, I think we attack, well, I guess Protean hulking first. I guess, we'll fight this Murder of Crows first. Try to, anyway. Could have counter magic, but if this is Willbender, once again, it will not work. So that's good. Okay. We're still at 4, but, you know, we can swing really hard here. So we'll attack with both of these. And yeah, everybody else stay back. All right, so is flipping it the right thing to do? Trying to go for the trade the right thing to do? If we go for the trade, we can just play Colossal Dreadmaw. Which I think is just going to be better than the Loxodon right now. It was a Willbender, okay. So I guess we'll loot real quick. And yeah, we'll discard. And we'll play Colossal Dreadmaw. Can we get back in this game with our big fatties? That's what we're about to find out. Right, they get to draw 2 cards off of that accumulated knowledge. Ooh, yeah, that's lethal. Ooh, not if they tap it, though. Not if they tap it. So our opponent has so many flyers that we probably want to bring in our guys with reach who are super mediocre in most scenarios, but like they can block Ghost Ship forever. They can trade with this. So we almost got there. We were just a little too late. All right. So yeah, but we have at least 1 spider. We have 2 actually. Let's have Plummet. I think we may bring all of those in. And what do we cut? Rudach Nantuko seems pretty mediocre since basically all their creatures have flying. So I think we cut them. Ambassador Oak is similarly a little less powerful. I mean, we can count on it as a source of damage, at least in a way that we can't count on the Nantuko. Could be Coral Helm Guide. It's not like we have a ton to do with 2 mana, though, in our deck. So... yeah, maybe we cut Fierce Empath. Yeah. All right. See if we can do a little bit better. We would like to play first. And we will keep this. We have our Looter early again. And more going on around it than we had last time. So... opponent seems mono blue. I wish I... Yeah, there's the Genju right off the bat. So we can plummet that. The Genju, of course, comes back, but the land doesn't. So that's something worth thinking about. Did they keep a hand that just has a Genju in it and hope things would work out? That's what it looks like. Of course, we're having trouble, so maybe it's not a bad idea. So we're going to loot. We want lands, so we would be discarding things that are not lands. Okay. Maybe we discard Dreadmaw. We do have both self-assemblers in our hands, so... yeah. So we're stuck on 2. They're stuck on 1. So, not so good. They have their 2 now as well. Good God. Okay. There we go. Goodbye, other self-assembler. Hello, Emberweaver. Counterspell? No, just accumulated knowledge. Yeah, they may have kept a hand that had like 1 island, Genju that falls in like 3 accumulated knowledges, which is probably a good call. It's probably worth keeping. Morph, okay. Well, we'll be man-o'-warring that, I think. We have some other options, of course. Okay, we're going to attack with Emberweaver first. That does mean the Genju could attack us this turn potentially, but that's okay. Must be the 0/6 if they're down with blocking. Yeah. Ghost Ship is what they reveal. Dragon's Eye Savant. Okay. So we don't get to do any damage. They know all the cards in our hand now, too. Which is less than desirable. Okay, we're gonna loot. Dreadmaw maybe? Yeah. And I think we play Ambassador Oak because we know it can fight the ghost ship effectively. Yeah, we discarded a lot of the top of our curve, but it's not like there's not still more stuff to do at the top of our curve in our deck. So, you know, our Reform might not be great here either because how are we going to make it die? I guess we can make it fight something. Probably Willbender. We're going to loot. Hello. So, do we discard Protean Hulk now? So discard some more of the top of our curve because we're not that close to him. I mean, we get to 5 if we play Arbor Elf, but... Okay. We're going to play Mana War and bounce the Morph. Still have all of our Loxodons if we're worried about having a big fatty at the end of the game. You just know everything about my hand. Wish I had a twisted image in my sideboard now. They revealed... What if they're 2 separate ghost ships? Anyway. Everyone attacks. We'll play our Arbor Elf. It's Morphin time. Okay. Is it yet another 0/6? Because that would be hilarious. So we'll loot. Maybe we discard Plummet. Does feel a little weird to do, but I don't think it's a bad plan. Nah, I mean, not when we have Epic Confrontation. Okay. Then we're going to Sift. We can cast Epic Confrontation here. Of course. Okay, we discard one of those. Forests. All right, well, first I think we attack. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, we did bounce one of those. I don't know why I'm surprised. So we get in for 2. Yeah, I think they saw we didn't have any flyers, and they're like, Dragon's Eye Savant's going to block everything in their deck. And it does, pretty much. This can crash through them, but that's about it. So I think we kill the ghost ship with Epic Confrontation. Ooh, that'll be good. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So let's loot. We like to loot. We'll discard this land. So, yeah, Yeah, we'll kill this while we can. All right, and then we'll attack with everything. Except our Arbor Elf, because we want to play our Morph and our Coral Helm Guide. They just took that, huh? It's a little surprising. Yeah, so we don't want to do it like that, though. Yeah, there we go. So we'll cast this face down. We're going to untap this forest. Feels like we're going to get there this game. Just making something unblockable was obviously a huge problem for our opponent, so... yeah, we got there. Okay. Fathoms here was the face down card. Yeah. Don't think we change anything. Self-Assembler's not super impressive here, but I mean, what are we going to bring in, you know? I mean, I guess we could bring in Fierce Empath. All right, this hand's solid. We got removal. We have a turn 1 Arbor Elf, which can set up, you know, earlier Loxodons and stuff. Genju turn 1. Last time it never got to attack us, so that worked out well. We need our spider. Zzz. They do seem mono blue. They do seem mono blue. So we can play our Morph on turn 2. Look at the 2 creature lands over there. Hey, Reform. Not sure how good you're going to be here, but you will be annoying, I guess. So we'll cast you face down. I could always use Epic Confrontation. Like, if I can use it to kill something and kill my Reform, that doesn't actually seem like a bad deal, but that's not going to be that easy to do. So we'll just have to see. Okay, so we do another Epic Confrontation. I think that means we just go kapow. Do we have 4 or 5 of these? I can't remember. We have a lot. I'm sure our opponent's like, geez. Oh, man. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Brine Elemental. I forgot about the Dragon's Eye Savants. Okay. Well, we're going to get in for 1 at least. But yeah, that's not so good. Blanking our Epic Confrontation like that doesn't feel great. We do, it's not completely blanked because they couldn't block the Morph, but it's pretty much blanked. They know we have another one in our hand and Reform now, so. Which I'm not sure can block any creature in their entire deck. Should have definitely thought harder about siding it out. Okay. We could try for another Epic Confrontation, but here I think I'd rather just play Ambassador Oak and pass the turn. Next turn we can attack a little more aggressively with the Loxodon because we can unmorph it. Twisted Image. So they're just doing that to draw a card. Use it on your own Dragon's Eye Savant, man. Come on. They know what's in our hand, but they don't know about what this is. So that's pretty good news. Another Dreadmaw. 8. Well, another big guy is what I mean to say. It's only our first Dreadmaw, of course. Okay. We will attack with Loxodon. There's no point in attacking with the Oak, too, right now. So if they just take this, I think I just play the Dreadmaw in my second main phase. I think. That's my plan, anyway. Okay, so I think we go for this in this case. We haven't seen bounce out of them, but if we're about to, okay. They do draw cards, but we still kill this, so I think I'm kind of okay with that. And we now have a huge creature on the board, so I think I'm okay with that on the whole. Come on, there we go. Couldn't find my hotkey for a second there. Pushed every button around it. So we could kill one of these. Or we could just attack and then play Dreadmaw. I think we just attack and then play Dreadmaw. So we'll attack with our Loxodon. They take it and go to 11. And we play another big guy. If we draw another land, we can also play a Protean Hulk and then really just have these huge creatures our opponent won't have an easy time dealing with. What are they going to do? Cast another Twisted Image? A Retraction Helix. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. I guess you bounce... Oh, you want to bounce him. I think I would have bounced the Loxodon because it's harder to play. But maybe they have a plan that involves Brine Elemental here. They don't have the mana yet for that, though. Okay, well, we attack with our big guy again. See if they can do anything about it. So we hadn't seen bounce, we just saw some, so good to keep that in mind with Epic Confrontation. So they're just going to take 6 and go to 5. So it appears. I think we try to recast the Dreadmaw. I haven't seen counter magic either, but you know, should be expected if we're playing mono blue, I feel like. So 4, 5, 6. Okay, well. Okay, double Epic Confrontation. I think I Mana War the Murder of Crows. Yeah, play Mana War. Bounce it. Then we're going to Epic Confrontation a face down creature. Then we can attack with all 3 of these creatures. Willbender. Okay. Oh, no we can't because that just came into play. But we can attack with both of these. Yeah. All right, we got there. We, you know, overwhelmed them with fatties in the other games. And the one that we didn't kill was Brine Elemental, so that would have been bad next turn. So, all right, 1-0. I'll see you guys in the next match. All right, going into our second match. I think this is a keep. We have Merfolk Looter and Coralhelm Guide. And the Looter especially can help us find green if we don't draw it on our own, which is entirely possible. Sift plus Coatl can be pretty powerful. So maybe we can make that happen. Merfolk Looter plus Coatl is also powerful. But we're stuck on the 2 lands. Gonna count on our Looter to get us out of this. gonna cycle Forest Cycle Elvish Aberration. Wouldn't mind one of those, actually. I'm sure we passed several. Forest cycling is nice. What's funny is we have way more forests than islands. But this is the second time this has happened. There's their Fierce Empath. Let's see what they get. Chroma. That would be interesting. Doable, though, in green, if you have a bunch of cultivates and whatnot. Twisted Abomination. Okay, so they're at least a 3-color deck. Another island, so we're going to loot here. I'm sorry, Self-Assembler. You're done again. We've discarded a lot of Self-Assemblers, and we'll cast Woolly Loxodon face down. Also doesn't give our opponent any information about our other color. I mean, we could have discarded the guide instead, I guess, but Swamp Cycling. So, yeah, Fierce Empath in a roundabout way is a source of fixing for our opponent. The Epic Confrontation to our looter. Don't blame him. We take 2. Wow. You know, I wanted to wait till we got the Coatl in play to sift, but this seems like a good time as any to do it. Okay. Reform actually seems decent here. Still didn't draw any green mana. What the heck? So do we discard the island? I think maybe I do, because, I mean, we could use it, sure, but I mean, maybe we discard Coral Helm Guide instead. Yeah, okay. Discard the guide, we'll attack with our morph. It's like our deck has way more islands in it than forests, but it does not. I think we're running 7 islands. And we have 5 of them right here. Probably play Reefworm. If I draw green mana, maybe not. Nope, we didn't. So, Reform it is. Here it'll actually do something. We looted twice and sifted once and couldn't find a forest. It's a little frustrating. So Path of Exile obviously undoes Reform's shenanigans. They got the Assembly Worker combo going. Do they just not attack now because Reform? I don't know. I think I'd probably attack with the Assembler. Nope, guess not. Oh, Forest. Hello. So interesting. Decisions. I think we attack with our Woolly Loxodon. And depending on how they block, we unmorph it. And if they don't block at all, then we probably play Lore Scale Coatl and a face down Woolly Loxodon. This could be a lot of things, but probably not a Willbender. Although our deck is actually well equipped. Mana War is like the only thing that really gets us. So, I mean, like if they block with Assembly Worker even, I think we flip it. If they block with a Morph, we flip it. We definitely flip it if they block with Self-Assembler. You know, if they block with Fierce Empath, we probably don't. If they just go for a chump block, it's probably better to just play 2 cards. We can also play Empath and Coatl. It's not bad. But I think face down Loxodon when we have the mana to unmorph it and Coatl is better. I mean, we're basically telegraphing that this is a Woolly Loxodon because we never attacked with it, and then we suddenly got green mana, and we're like, let's attack with it. So, ooh, yeah, do that. Double block it. This could have Death Touch, is what it could be, is the really annoying Death Touch guy. Which would be pretty sweet for our opponent. They would be able to block it, unmorph this, and I would probably unmorph my guy. I mean, I would unmorph my guy, and then he'd do it. So it would, tempo-wise, it would be really bad for us. They're just gonna take it. Sure, we're cool with that. They decided that was the easier thing to do. So we will play Coatl and another face down Loxodon. Good old Khans of Tarkir draft. Ambassador Oak. Okay. We get to make our Coatl bigger. Yeah. Just wish my Looter or my Sift was still in my hand. So, I think we attack with our Morph again. This time if they don't block, if they don't block with anything, we play Colossal Dreadmaw. It's a pretty good deal. So we'll attack. Yeah, if they block like that. Okay, if they block like that, though, I think we do one more for a guy. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it as opposed to just trading him. We still have Reefworm, who's a pain to attack through, and a continuously growing lower scale Coatl, so plus another face down Loxodon. So, you know. All right. Self-assembler. Okay. Yep, we're definitely using that ability. Thank you. I think we probably Epic Confrontation and Assembler out of the way with our lower scale Coatl, and then attack with Woolly Loxodon, and then play our Self-Assembler. If they have like Disfigure here, that would not be fun. Okay. And yeah, we'll attack. We'll take a double block scenario where we get to trade. Oh yeah, well, we don't actually, we just get to kill one of them, but that's okay. He doesn't hit hard enough to kill them both. We can play Fierce Empath and get Protean Hulk. Okay, well, he's still dead. But I think just playing another big creature right now is probably better, since they just lost both of their self-assemblers. We discarded our other one, so. Well, that's going to be obnoxious. Token Swarm incoming. Oh, Manowar's good. I think we use it to bounce the Morph, because I just really want to know what it is. Well, I mean, I do. It does mean we can't play Dreadmaw or unmorph Woolly Loxodon this turn, but I think that's okay. Bounce this morph, see what it is. Ooh, okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna play Fierce Empath. And we'll grab Protean Hulk. And yeah, we'll end our turn there. So one of the cards in their hand is a Nox Survivalist. They don't have any other targets in our deck, I don't think, other than those two Self-Assemblers. Okay, Cultivating. Swamp. So, Murder? Maybe? Yeah, there's the Survivalist again. I sure do put a counter on Lower Scale Coatl. I think we attack with Woolly Loxodon, the face down Woolly Loxodon. Because we know what this is now, and a triple block means they lose all three of their creatures. Sure, Promise of Bunray will make tokens, but are we really concerned about that? I don't think we are. So we'll flip this. Run over the oak. They get their tokens. I mean, if the tokens attack us, we can always just block with Reform. So Coatl gets even bigger. 2/4, yeah. Use its ability. Obviously enough. Okay, so we're going to attack with Loxodon again. I'm holding on to the Coatl because it will just keep snowballing, and if we attacked with it now, they could actually kill it. They can kill the Loxodon too, but they have to lose a lot of their board to do it. Or they can just chump block too. So I think I'm actually going to play the Dreadmaw before I play the Hulk because he discourages such things with his trample. Ember Weaver. Right. We attack, I think, this time with Loxodon and Dreadmaw. Three, 4, 5, 6. So I kill all three of those. Which do I want dead the most? It doesn't really matter. They're actually only blocking with 5 power though, so they must have something planned here. So we'll just let them do it because no matter what they do. Oh, he can actually pump himself. That's nice. Cool little ability, yeah. So it is enough to kill them. And yeah, so I screwed that up. Could have been worse, but play this Forest and play Protean Hulk, who has a nice death trigger just like our Reform does. Okay, Perilous Myr is annoying, but not annoying enough, I don't think. So let's continue throwing the big guys at them. Yeah, Lower Scale Coatl is going to sort of have cleanup duty once we run out of gas. If they kill the Hulk, obviously I get to search my library for crap, so... That's a surprising thing. We'll block it with Emberweaver. Well, I mean, we'll make sure we kill Emberweaver, this Morph, and a Spirit token, I guess. That's our ideal. They're taking 6 here, so... Yeah, so those 3 all die. Protean Hulk dies, but then we get his trigger. Total converted mana cost 6 or less. So I think we get an Ambassador Oak and a Broodhatch Nentuko. And we end our turn. It's hard to imagine them surviving now. They have 2 cards in their hand, and we have a board filled with creatures, 2 of which are huge. Okay, Path of Peace. Definitely attack with everything, except maybe a Reform. That should do it. And it does. So Reform is basically just a wall there. It's definitely better if you have a deck where you can actually sacrifice it, like if we had Phyrexian Ghouls or something. Alright, I don't think we change anything this time. We're not going up against an army of flyers like we did last time, where it was the right thing to do to bring in Emberweaver. Okay, I think this is a keep. We don't have any of our early creatures, but we have a 3-drop and a 4-drop and also a Reform who, in the last game, really stymied our opponent. And they're just like, we're not attacking into your 0-1. At some point, I think you should. I mean, you kind of have to. Okay, more mana. So they're off to a slow start too, is the good news. So we'll play our Loxodon next turn. Might just play our Oak on turn 4. It kind of depends on what they do. Manowar, you're nice to see. I'm always happy to see you. Any format with Manowar is a format for me. Most formats have a Manowar-esque creature, at least. Okay, they're ramping pretty hard here, which I'm not excited about. So we probably play the Oak, though, and just try to keep pressure on them. Hope they play like something big and dumb, and we can Manowar it and continue our onslaught. We haven't even begun our onslaught, but on our turn we will. Get it for 2. Bam. Okay. We could have thought about taking out Self-Assembler since we know they already had a mainboard Anox Survivalist, but if you don't also play creature, that's really going to hurt. Oh my god, you don't. So this is really going to hurt. Ooh, and Fierce Empath. Okay, so we attack with all these guys. Split them to 12. And then I think we play Fierce Empath and search up our Protean Hulk again. Obviously, you know, it's a huge creature, but it's also one that says, oh, by the way, if you kill me, you know, doesn't matter a whole lot. Right now, since it's still in our deck, we could get Colossal Dreadmaw, for example. So we drop them to 12. I think we save Mana War for when they finally play something, and we can just sort of hopefully put the nail in their coffin. Can actually flip this next turn, but you know, it'll depend what our opponent does or doesn't do. All right. Yes, I will. Yes, I will grab Protean Hulk. And I'll end the turn. It's a nice little combo to be able to search up Protean Hulk with Fierce Empath. We've already got the right number of lands to play him, so we really want them to play something that costs a bunch here, like a Dreadmaw or something, so we can, or that'll work. Yeah, this is going to be bad for our opponent. Real bad. Because now we just go Mana War. You're not going to get your tokens. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. And we're going to attack for 5, 6, 7. Dropping them to 5, and then we'll play a face down Loxodon. Now, if only I had another Mana War. Because they're going to replay that, and that is going to be a pain. But not a huge one. Especially since we'll be attacking with 2 Loxodons who we can flip. And if either one of them gets through, it's just lethal. He has to play more than one blocker here if he wants to survive anyway. Yeah, we got there. All right, we pretty much dominated that second match. So going to go to match 3, try to get the second trophy in this format, but our win percentage is inching close to 60%, which is my usual goal. So see you guys in the final match. We try to get a trophy. All right, final match. We are 2-0. We would like to play first, and we'd also like to mulligan. Okay, this one's a keep. Brutach Nantuko plus Epic Confrontation can actually be kind of nice. I think we got to put you on the bottom. I'm sorry. Because you can kill a morph with it and get 2 insect tokens, for example. And so that's not a bad combination to have in the early going. So we're just going to play it face up. Path to Exile. Be aggressive. Or Swords to Plowshares, rather. So this will work too. It ain't a morph, but I think, yeah, we're just going to go Epic Confrontation, make some insect tokens, kill your guy, and attack for 2. Nice little... We are stuck on 2 mana, though, so we probably got to play the Looter next turn, although if they play another X2, it's going to be hard for me not to just want to make more insect tokens, but like if they play a Morph here, the idea that I don't Epic Confrontation that, we did draw a 3rd land, but I think we just do this again. Yeah! Punch it! With one of your mini arms, my opponent's like, lol. Yeah, and it's a Loxodon, so I don't hate it. Yeah. The way they put Mate triggers on so many things in the past is so strange. Like for making insect tokens, for example. It's like, you know, why wouldn't I want to? I mean, I guess if my opponent has some crazy card in play that does damage to me for every time, you know, something like that, but... Ambassador Oak. Okay. Well, that'll probably make me stop attacking for a little bit. We're going to play this Coatl, though. and this land, and we're going to end our turn. All right, you get bigger. We're going to play our own Ambassador Oak. And we'll end the turn. We've gone very wide very quickly thanks to Brood Hatch and Tuco. Okay, you get bigger. And I'm going to attack with Ambassador Oak, because trading for their oak seems pretty good to me. Okay, we just get in for 3, drop them to 13. I'm going to play Merfolk Looter, and I think for now I'm actually going to hold on to this land. We're not ultra close to Protean Hulk anyway, and it gives us something to discard that isn't a spell. Creatures with power greater than the... I'm glad we have a bunch of tokens in play, but finding a way to kill our opponent when they have Ensnaring Bridge in play is not exactly what I want to be doing. I don't really think we have any way of ridding ourselves of it either. Oh, Ensnaring Bridge makes people feel so bad. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we're going to attack with everything except the Merfolk Looter and the creature who can't. I mean, that gives us 3 insect tokens, so I'm down. They go to 6. Can they empty their entire hand? That's the question here. We're going to go ahead and loot. I think we discard the Assembler. Yeah, we got there. Killed them before the bridge could fully kick in. And we do not have a way. This bounce is permanent, so we probably do want to bring 1 in. Maybe even 2 to open up a turn where we can just attack with everything, because we don't have any way of blowing up enchantments. So maybe we bring in 2 even and just like cut our Assemblers. Yeah, I think that's fine. So building a token army against them turned out to be a really good thing. I mean, it's good in general to do what we did with Epic Confrontation and Brood Hatch and Tuco, but it's even better when your opponent tries to play Ensnaring Bridge. So yeah, we can use Totally Lost to make it so all of our creatures can attack for at least a turn. So that's the reason to bring it in. Because otherwise, our deck is really going to fold to it. I mean, it didn't there because we did so much damage early and made an army of tokens. But that was like a pretty ideal scenario. So, oh, this is a pretty good keep. Turn 3 Ambassador Oak. I like it. Okay. Yeah, turn 2 Woolly Loxodon face down. I like that too. Good old Mana Elves. This time we can't kill it right away, unfortunately. Wish we could, but... Cast Woolly Loxodon face down, end our turn. Maybe better to play Reform. I don't know, we'll see what our opponent does. We take 2 here. Probably better to play Reform. Yeah, I think it creates enough problems for them here. So we'll play it. I mean, it makes it so their attacks... The bad news is white does have multiple ways of shutting down a Reform, whether it's Swords to Plowshares or Pacifism. So that is something to keep our eyes out for. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, we made him do it. That's what I'll tell myself. So yeah, they can give that flying now. That's not good. Okay, so we're going to take 7. Yeah, they're messing us up, that's for sure. Okay, so I think we attack with our Loxodon, our face down Loxodon. Get in for 2. And play Ambassador Oak. Guess we should have attacked for 3rd, but we're in serious trouble here. We need to get our Epic Confrontation, basically, to put an end to that nonsense. Okay. Don't really think we need Arbor Elf anymore, so I'm actually going to... Well, I guess it's actually better to block it like this. If he has a combat trick, this is gonna suck, but if he doesn't, I don't feel too bad about it. Oh god, I'm stupid. I knew that could happen. I've played my own Knight of the Skyward Eyes. Yeah, that was really bad. Really bad. Okay, so he can pump himself all the way up to a 7/7. Right, we're gonna end our turn. Not happy that I made such a horrendous mistake. So they can just give it flying and kill us here, theoretically. It's a little aggressive, but they could do that. They just have to sack a land. So if I had a way of responding, it would be really bad for them, but I don't. So this time we're going to block with both of these. And we're going to do this. Oh, hold on. Apparently I need to go do it the way Magic Online wants me to do it. So he has to pump all his mana into it to kill this. We actually get to keep our Arbor Elf, and we finally kill the stupid thing. So that's good. Ish. It would be better if I hadn't screwed up earlier, but you know. Okay, so we're going to attack with Arbor Elf. And we're going to play Ambassador Oak. So I think we block the Cathar with our Oak. Obviously the whole flying thing, the whole flying token they get will be a problem, but we have ways of dealing with that problem. We just haven't drawn them. Good, another Cathar and another land. Okay. Well, I think we probably lose this one. There was no good way to block it when it attacked us that time. We just shouldn't have. We should have either chump blocked it or not blocked it, though. All right, well, I think we double block. What we really want to do, well, it wouldn't be that good, actually. I'm going to say Epic Confrontation for a reform, but we would just kill a spirit, which obviously would be pretty useful right now. And a Knight of the Skyward Eye, and we draw a land. All right. Well then, could consider bringing in Ember Weavers, but I don't think we do. Nah. I mean, those spirit tokens seem to be their only flyers, and they're not normally very scary. We have lots of cards that can kill them. Okay, so this is the last game in this match, so let's do it. Okay, this is a good one. We can play turn 2 Coatl, and if they can't kill that quickly, that will snowball very, very fast. We've been lucky to get Arbor Elf. We have Merfolk Looter to loot for us too, which is good with the Coatl, but I think playing the Coatl first is the best option. Nettle Sentinel, huh? Haven't seen that guy yet today. Okay. So we will untap our forest and play our Coatl. Do love this card. Blue-green is one of my favorite combinations. It might be my favorite. It's either blue-red or blue-green. So I've played this guy a lot in, like, you know, wacky constructed decks and stuff. No. No. Okay. Fine. Ruin our nice nostalgia with Lore Scale Coatl if you have to. Alright, well, we're going to attack for 1 here and just play face down Loxodon. That's an annoying card. Alright, so we're going to play a Looter. And we're going to play a face down Loxodon. And we'll end our turn. We need 2 more lands to cast the Hulk. So we would just take it if Knight of the Skyward Eye attacks us. Obviously they can pump it right now, so... Sure, I mean, sometimes it's right to make them do that, especially if you can kill their creature in combat, and we could triple block it, but they would actually kill all 3 of our creatures, so time walking them wouldn't be that good. That's pretty good, though. I think we want to kill the Knight. Yeah. And then I think I'm actually going to attack and, like, willingly offer up a creature to Loyal Sentry here. I'm going to attack with both my morphs. Got to get that Loyal Sentry out of the way somehow, so... Interesting decision, because this guy's, like, bigger. I guess he was just trying to guess which one was scarier. Alright, and we end our turn. I think we probably loot at the end of their turn. Sometimes it's better to wait to draw our card because, but, you know, we get more information no matter what. If we draw some mediocre creature, we'll discard it. If we draw... Problem is, if we draw a land, we don't really want to discard it, but we probably still should because, yeah, I think we do loot, and if we draw a land, we discard it. Yep. Of course, now we're where we are. We can loot again though, and we will. Interesting. Which seems better here is the question. Our opponent has pacifisms that make Reform pretty bad, but yeah, I think we still go for it. I think we just play Reform and end our turn. Make them play a pacifism on it or whatever. Okay. That does kill our Woolly Loxodon. Do they attack us? If they play pacifism with that 2 white mana, they definitely do. I don't know whether or not they will. They are going to attack us. Well, are we actually going to get a reform token here? So we'll block the big guy. Ooh, it's going to happen. Here comes the fish. There it is. Yeah, they made special tokens for reform for the set, which is pretty cool. Got special treatment. Okay. I think we loot. And I think we discard Totally Lost in this case. Maybe. Maybe we don't. Yeah, I guess we don't actually. We'll discard the land again. And we'll end our turn. Yeah, leave mana up for Totally Lost and just end our turn. Don't really want to attack with my fish when we're at this low of life. So now we have a response to Epic Confrontation or any number of other things. Okay, so I don't think we cast Totally Lost. Yeah, not yet. It'll be nice to use if we block this and then they use the ability. Okay, so we're going to loot. Oh, that's not looting. Then we're going to loot. Oh, okay. Might be time to discard the Hulk, though. If we ever get him into play, he's definitely going to do some work. Like a lot of work. He's going to work hard. But we're way closer to playing the Dreadmaw, so I think we do discard the Hulk. And we play Epic Confrontation. And we kill Knight of the Skyward Eye. Okay, well, you guy still dies. So, not sure why he did that. Okay. Well, I think we attack with our fish now. And we take too much on the backswing, potentially, though. So never mind. I'm glad we have Totally Lost. So at some point we can use Totally Lost to make it so we can attack again. We're going to loot again. Because that's what we do. Sift. Yeah, I think we discard the forest and cast Sift. Sure, we could play the Dreadmaw, but we're about to draw another land that'll enable that anyway, right? So we will Sift. And we do. I think we hold on to Epic Confrontation. I think we might discard another land. How many lands have we discarded? 1, 2. We've only this will only be our 4th. So I think that's fine. And we'll end our turn. We do need to build up our board and then just bounce this stupid thing and hope we can swing for lethal. Okay, so we're going to loot again. We're going to discard one of these forests. We're going to play a forest, and we're going to play Big Daddy Dreadmaw here. Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, Dauntless Cathar synergizes super well because the spirit token can attack. Like on your own turn, you can just attack with a spirit token every turn. It's pretty good. We're going to loot. Will we mill ourselves out before we find a good time to... I don't know. So I think killing something's a good plan. We need to thin out their board while we try to build up ours. So We're going to cast Epic Confrontation on our fish and kill this morph with it. It was a Woolly Loxodon. And then we're going to play a face down Broodhatch Nantuko because it hits harder. And if we end up in a situation where it's better for it to make a bunch of insect tokens, then that's what we'll do. I mean, it's always better to make a bunch of insect tokens, right? So right now we have 6, 9, 11. We have 13 damage out there, which is not enough. And we're going to mill ourselves first, too. So hopefully the looter will help us draw enough creatures to just push through. We have discarded our Protean Hulk, which was one of our bigger guys, and 2 of our Woolly Loxodons. So it might be hard to find enough damage to kill our opponent, but we can try. Ordeal of Heliod. Okay, so we're going to play Fierce Empath. Do I have anything left in my deck? I guess one of my Loxodons. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're going to play this Loxodon face down. And we're going to end our turn. We're getting there. We are getting there. We're going to loot. Discard a land. I think we just end our turn, unmorph this at the end of their turn. We could also just bounce, use Totally Lost to bounce Ensnaring Bridge for this first time. We have another Totally Lost in our library that we'll get to eventually. There's only 9 cards left. So, interesting. I don't think we want to do it now because we want to flip our Loxodon, have the mana to do both. So I think at the end of their turn, we'll bounce their Ensnaring Bridge and then unmorph our own Loxodon. Be great if they don't play another blocker, especially. So this could be a Loxodon, and they can actually attack with it now and unmorph it. But if they do that, we're thrilled. So I doubt that's what's going to happen, but... Auramancer to get back nothing. Just is another blocker, though. And that does matter right now. All right, so Totally Lost on this bridge. Oh, look, everyone can attack now. We will loot. There's the other one. Great. So yeah, I think we attack with everything except... Problem is, they can hit us pretty hard on a backswing right now, but I think we leave the Empath back for that reason. But I think everyone, and the Arbor Elf, everybody else will attack, though. So we can get 3 insect tokens out of this deal and not let them get the spirit token, so that's pretty good. 3, 7, yeah, we have enough mana to do that. So we're going to turn you face up. And we're going to turn this creature face up to... Oh, I thought he only cost 2, just kidding. We're not turning you face up. Opponent takes 9. Yeah, they take 9. So it would seem they go to 7. And so we have another Totally Lost to hopefully seal the deal for us here, because they just drew Ensnaring Bridge again. Yeah, they just slam it again because they're like, God, we need to not die. They get a spirit token, but I don't think that's enough. We're going to loot. So they can block 2 things, right? They can block these 2 big guys. Actually is enough right now. Right? Oh, no, you have trample, don't you? You do. So we're going to loot first anyway, but I don't think they can survive this again. I mean, we could wait. We could play this Nantuko face down, but that also risks them drawing yet another creature. So let's actually do the math here. So they can block this big guy and completely blank him. This has trample, though, so it'll hit them for at least 4 on its own, if they double block it. So, yeah. I think that does it. Thank God for trample. Gonna suck if I did that math wrong, but I don't think I did, because they got to block this with 1 thing. This will trample for 4, and then 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they're still dead. What, could they have something that saves them for a turn? That would be bad news for us. 1 white mana. Yeah, they could have Swords to Plowshares. We haven't seen it, but I think if we were gonna have a hope, this is what we had to do. So. God, they have a Swords to Plowshares in their hand, don't they? Oh, no, they don't. Thank God. So, trophy time. That deck was sweet, for sure. So, 3-0 with that one. That gets us our 2nd trophy in the format, and we're getting very close to a 60% win percentage. You know, I experimented a lot in the early going in the format, and then, you know, started just drafting more traditionally, and things have gone well since then. So see you guys in the next draft video. There'll actually be one up tomorrow, because Monday's a usual day when I put up a draft video. But it'll only be Monday and Thursday next week instead of every day, which I've been doing for a little bit. So thanks for watching.